Gulf.
Okay guys, here we go. Today's video, we're going to be online in the Persian Gulf server. Let's see what we can get today. And we're airborne. Gears.
Friendly. 105, 1 mile. Now there's dirt at 2 o'clock. And dirt. 11 o'clock. And dirt. 1 o'clock.
Lots of dirt today. Okay, so this is the server. This is the new Persian Gulf server. It's my second server. The first one is the Caucasus one, and this is the Persian Gulf. We launched it a couple of days ago, and I designed a whole new mission for it. So if you guys are interested in flying it, if you like the first server and you have the Persian Gulf map, this is a cool little thing to come try out. So here we go. We're airborne here. I'll tell you guys a little bit about the scenario as we go, but essentially it's an Iranian invasion of the UAE, and American forces and NATO were caught off guard. The Iranian-Russian forces invaded the south of the UAE, and it's a red aggression NATO defense mission, essentially. Okay, so we're just gonna fly around like this and just see if AWACS can vector us onto any targets that we can go after.
I'm getting dirt at 8 o'clock.
Up in front of us here, this is the UAE, Dubai, up ahead. It's currently held by NATO forces, but we're gonna try to take that over at some point. We're going to do some patrols over that area and just see if there's any NATO aircraft. I just want to look over the ocean here. Anybody who ends up engaging an F-14 over the water is going to be in some serious trouble here. So you can see those smoke plumes off in the distance. There's already some combat going on down there. Looks like a pretty clear day though. 264 for 100 at 22,000. So that puts him around Al Dhafra Air Force Base, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can pick him up here. .175 for 140 at 40,000. That's more than likely their AWACS.
I got some dirt at 9 o'clock. I got some dirt at 5 o'clock. And, dirt, 8 o'clock. And dirt, 12 o'clock.
Lots of air defenses in this area. Let's get a bogey dope.
Wizard, Pontiac 7-1. Request bogey dope.
096 for 30 at 4,000. That's our priority target here.
Wizard, Pontiac 7-1. Request bogey dope.
So we're gonna head 096. And he was pretty low. I think he was Angels 4 here, so this is a good altitude.
I've got dirt, 6 o'clock.
Okay, there we go. I got him on radar here. 35 miles. Whatever that is. We're going to give him a Phoenix missile here, Fox
Yep,
3,
good at 11 o'clock.
just to send him defensive because he's kind of close here. 35. I don't really expect that to hit him, but it's just to give him something to think about, if you will. And then while that missile sends him defensive at some point, we're going to push up. Let's see if we can get a STT lock.
Not able.
Okay. And he's dropped off the scope there, so more than likely he went cold on me. We'll do PAL mode, just to have a quick scan. Nothing. Okay, there he is again. STT lock.
Okay. Can do that.
Lovely. Okay, this guy's either cold on me or he's constantly turning.
Okay. I can't do that.
Okay, it looks like he's headed towards our ground forces. So he's probably trying to attack them. So he's probably a Hornet or possibly a Harrier or an A-10. And I'd put my money on either a Hornet or a Harrier at this point.
You bet. No, sir.
Just
Can't do
cannot
that.
lock this guy up.
No, I've got dirt at 6 o'clock.
Okay, he's about heading 060 now. Not sure, he's not really moving fast enough to be a Hornet. I'll get him here. We'll pick him up. He's gonna have his hands full once he gets to those air defenses. The ground targets, they have a lot of air defenses, so he's gonna be in for a
Friendly, raw, 060,
for a
23
good
miles.
show. Okay, here we go. I got something on radar inside of 20 miles. Let's see if we can get an STT lock. There we go. We're getting them.
Party time.
Okay, let's go. STT lock.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Lock. Target, 11 miles. Dirt, 11 o'clock.
Here we go. Here we go.
Dirt on the nose, on the nose. Switching to
I lost him.
PSTT. Shit, I lost the
We'll
lock.
PAL mode him here. There we go. Yeah, it's a Harrier. There we go, Fox 3.
I got some dirt at 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, that's a Harrier. Not sure why he's flaring.
Target, 2 miles.
Oof.
Splash.
Good kill. Yeah, flares aren't gonna help you, bro. Not against the Phoenix
The
missile.
bandit is down. Spike, 8 o'clock.
Okay, good kill, good kill. Splash 1.
Ready to taxi.
And I believe we're at Abu Musa again. Runway's clear. And we're taking the active runway. Okay, no time to waste, full burner.
Looks like there's dirt at 7 o'clock.
Okay, we're gonna switch the HUD over to air mode. Request a bogey dope.
Pontiac 7-1. Request bogey dope. Pontiac 7-1.
It looks like nails 9 o'clock and dirt 12
Master
o'clock.
arm on, 173
Yep,
for
that's dirt at
60
11
at 20,000.
Friendly, bra, 160, 51 miles. Angels 43. Missile, 12 o'clock. Hot, brake right. Whoa, I got dirt at 1 o'clock.
It's okay, that missile's not coming for us. He does that sometimes, he kind of glitches out, Jester. Freaks out for no
Looks like
reason.
there's dirt at 4 o'clock.
Okay, we got a whole bunch of targets in front of us here. Looks like that anyway. A couple of those are friendly, so we got to be careful what we're doing here. Looks like there's a friendly and a hostile chasing a friendly. That's on the left side of the radar scope. So we're gonna just bank to the left here and see if we can get a good lock on that hostile that's chasing the friendly. See if we can't help out a little bit.
Pontiac 7-1. Wizard, bra, 175 for 160 at 48,000. Flanking.
There's a friendly,
Oh, he went off.
090, 47 miles. Angels 6.
Group 170 440.
Okay, that guy just faded. Okay, so I'm gonna turn back in here.
Pontiac 7-1.
Gonna go to 170 for 40.
0 for 100 at 28.
Oh, I got nails on our nose, 12 o'clock.
34 miles. $32 miles. He's a little bit lower altitude, so I want to hold on to my missile before I fire it. I want to get a little closer. And I lost him on radar here, so that's great.
Sure.
Gonna scan low middle in case he dropped his altitude, just to be safe. You won't always look down. It's more than likely he entered some sort of notch at this point.
Roger.
Pontiac 7-1. Wizard, bra. Wizard, Pontiac 7-1. Request bogey
Okay,
dope.
he's locking us 1 o'clock.
7-1. Wizard, bra.
Okay, F-18 lock at 1 o'clock. So we're gonna go ahead and turn in on him. It's more than likely that those friendlies splashed all the
Okay, there's
hostiles
dirt
that were
at 8
around here.
o'clock.
That's why they fall off the scope and I can't pick them up again. So that's cool. This F-18 looks like he wants to fight us, so... Now, at 50 miles, I have no expectation of that missile hitting him, but it's just for fun, you know. See if we can freak him out a little bit.
Looks like there's dirt at 7 o'clock.
Looks like we have a friendly in front, too.
Oh, I got dirt at 2 o'clock. I've got dirt at 6 o'clock.
Okay, whoever this guy is, he's over the land over there. So he's feet dry, and more than likely he just took off from Al Dhafra. So that is, I can say with 90% certainty, a Hornet. Because one, I got the ping on the RWR, but also there aren't that many players on here, so I think that's still that Hornet that we were looking at before.
Okay, he's locking us 12 o'clock.
Yep, same F-18. He probably went defensive against that Phoenix missile and defeated it, and now he's back in the fight. 42 miles. Okay, there we go. Fox 3 on him again at 35 miles. Let's see if we can STT lock him.
Roger. No can do.
Wonderful. I love that. That's my favorite thing ever.
Get ready.
Okay, 29 miles.
I've got a lock. Target 27 miles.
Okay. So that missile that I just fired is going to keep him busy. I'm going to try to press closer, fire another one, and hopefully this one's got a good probability of kill. So there it goes, Fox 3.
1 o'clock.
There she goes. Now this guy's dodging 2.
Break left.
Okay, he fired on me. He's way too far for that missile to be dangerous to me, especially at this altitude.
12 o'clock.
That being said, we are going to maneuver a little bit. We're not just going to fly directly into an AMRAAM. I'm not just going to eat one like that. You just need to do some like very basic maneuvers at this distance and this altitude. That AMRAAM should not be too dangerous. There we go, we splashed them. Splash. And I accidentally fired another one. So that's a bad launch. And then we're just going to go defensive because I think right before he died he fired another AMRAAM. So we're just going to defend against that by going cold here. And that should be it. Okay, let's get a new bogey dope.
Wizard, Pontiac 7-1. Request bogey dope. Pontiac 7-1. Wizard, Bra 300-480 at 16.
Looks like dirt on our 6.
300 for 80, so that's exactly the way I'm facing right now for 80. So more than likely that's a Hornet that just took off from the Stennis battle group. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can engage him now. Still got plenty of fuel left. And you can see I got him on radar right there. He's just outside of, right around 80, probably like 75 now. We got complete air superiority over this region right now.
Dirt on the nose, on the nose. There is a bandit. Raw, 305, 65 miles.
We shoot down this Hornet, and there's no disputing the air superiority at that point, because we have it completely over Dubai at this point. And right here, if I shoot down this Hornet, we have air superiority over the water as well. So the entire Persian Gulf area should be safe after we get this guy. Assuming we get him. I mean, he might be the one that takes care of us. Okay, here we go at 55 miles. He's currently flanking, but I suspect he's gonna turn nose hot on me any minute now. Yeah, here he comes. Yeah, I'm getting the RWR pings actually, so he is nose hot. Okay, here we go. This guy is about 33 miles out now. I have 2 Phoenix missiles left, so I gotta make sure I use these correctly.
There's dirt, 11 o'clock.
Okay, probably, there you go, Fox 3, right there. Okay, so that one's gonna send him defensive, and then I'm gonna use a second one. If he's experienced, 2 missiles should allow me to press him enough to kill him with a Sidewinder, hopefully. Let's get an STT lock going here.
Copy. Unable.
Okay, wonderful.
There is bandit, draw 275, 63 miles.
Okay.
Nails, 5 o'clock. Roger.
There we go.
He's locked. Target, 13 miles. Missile, 12 o'clock.
13 miles.
Break right.
Okay, Fox 3 again.
Break right.
And we're defending now.
12 o'clock. Missile, 1 o'clock. Hot. Break
Defending,
right.
defending. Switching over to Sidewinders here. We're defending that second AMRAAM launch. I'm watching that missile because it's going to show me approximately where I need to look. There it is. That was an easy lockup. Okay, this guy looks like he's totally defensive. Yeah, see him dropping flares there. I don't know why he's dropping flares. Probably a countermeasure program. So he's got flares out, chaff. You can see that missile. There you go. See, the missile hit the water. Okay, so we're going to wait for him to stop dropping countermeasures. And he's going to try to turn into us. When he turns into us, that's when I'm going to fire the Sidewinder. He's stopped dropping the countermeasures. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here he comes. Fox 2.
12 o'clock.
Splash 1.
6 o'clock. Bandit is going down.
Alright, that's complete air superiority over the water as well. That's a solid day's work right there. Alright, with only 1 Sidewinder left and I'm pretty low on fuel, I think pretty safe to say it's time to head back to base.
Oh, there's dirt at 9 o'clock.
Alright guys, so let's have a look at the TAC view here for that first kill. You can see this is the Iranian Invasion force in the red here. We've taken over the south of, what is this? The UAE, I believe, and we got the American forces that were holding this area. They've fallen back to Al Ain airport down here, and we have, I believe, Al Dhafra over here. Which are the two American bases. They have a Patriot site, and over here is Dubai. And this area is the contested area where everyone's fighting, and this is the Iranian massing ground forces, and eventually they will make a push to take Dubai. So I took off in this F-14, Iranian F-14. I took off from Abu Musa Island, and I'm up here patrolling, looking for targets. AWACS vectors me in to a bogey here, which I launch on. At the time I did not know that it was a Harrier, or else I wouldn't have launched on it like this. I mean, in the sense that a Harrier is not like a big threat to an F-14, so I would have probably pushed a lot closer and not wasted this missile, especially firing it at a cold target like this. He was never in any kind of real danger, and I think he knew that, which is why he didn't really freak out. So he pushes closer to the Iranian amassing ground forces here and fires off a Maverick. Now at this point I'm vectoring in on him, and I made an assumption at this point that what I'm attacking is either a Hornet, possibly an A-10 or a Harrier, and the reason I made that assumption is because he went for the ground forces. If anything, I thought he was a Hornet. And so as I'm closing in here, did that Phoenix missile almost hit him? Oh no, it just ran out of energy. So as we get closer here at about 11 to 12 nautical miles, I'm looking at him and he's kind of slow. So at this point I ruled out a Hornet. I said it might be an A-10 or a Harrier, and I got nice and close and I fired off this Phoenix missile at him, and I saw this huge flare pattern, and I knew that it was a Harrier. As soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, that's a Harrier. And a Harrier gets caught out here all by himself with no escorts, and an F-14 within 7 nautical miles, like, he doesn't stand a chance. So boom, that's splash 1. And it looks like 2 other F-14s came in to try to get the kill too after that. Alright, so that wraps it up for this engagement. Let's look at the next one. Alright, so here's the second engagement here. You can see I'm trying to stay away from these air defenses here. Now, me and it looks like Griffin Moxie here, the both of us see Will over here. And he has taken off from, I believe, Al Dhafra Air Force Base in an F-18 Hornet. He's still well within the air defense range of his airfield, but that's not going to stop the launch of 2 Phoenix missiles at a significantly far distance. Like 51 nautical miles is pretty decent, range. We really fired this. I don't know what he was thinking, because he just turned off. I fired it because I wanted to send him defensive, give him something to think about while I closed in on him. And that missile, I don't want to say like it didn't even come close to hitting him, but it was kind of low on energy, like 314 true airspeed, Mach 0.5. This missile's not going to hit anything, and it shouldn't worry him. However, it is sending him an RWR ping the whole time, because it is an active, it's in the terminal phase at this point, so it's active radar. And that RWR ping in his plane, like, it's intimidating. It kind of messes with your mind. Maybe you don't think so clearly, you don't make the right decisions and all that stuff, which I believe is the reason why he made an AIM-120C launch at pretty low altitude. This is about 10,000 feet for him at 21 nautical miles. Like, this has more than that actually. Hold on. At 22 nautical miles, he fired that AMRAAM, and that's nowhere near close enough to hit me. Okay, and he turns off. You can see him peeling away. And I think that's because of the RWR warning of this, because I haven't fired another one at him. Okay, so you can see that this missile is having an intended effect, as you know I wanted it to. And we got a second one here. This one is the second one I fired because I knew this one was dead. This is actually the one that's probably freaking him out. I didn't see it when I was talking in the past. This is probably the one that's freaking him out. There's that AMRAAM coming in. I fire off a third one. Now I'm firing because I'm constantly losing lock on him as he enters like a notch here. And that missile is the one that hits him. So this AMRAAM did not have the energy at all, and it loops around and I'm safe. This one, what happened here? That one looked like it almost hit me. Nice, so he actually manages to fire off a missile right before he dies. And it just doesn't have the energy. Just a little more and it might have hit me. That was close. And this is interesting behavior from an AMRAAM. I've never seen this before. They usually just veer off into the horizon there. This one actually tried to come back and hit something, so that's interesting. You don't see that every day. Okay, let's go ahead on to the third kill. All right, here we go. Third kill. We got Richard G here. It looks like he took off from the Stennis battle group, and it looks like he's vectoring to try to take out anybody who's taken off from the Abu Musa, and I believe this would be the Syria Islands, but it looks like that's what he's doing. Now as he comes in, AWACS is going to vector me onto him. He is more than likely going to receive an AWACS call from his E2 over here, who's vectoring him, or he could have got it off RWR ping that he would have got off my radar. Either way, the two of us, we come head on with each other. Nose is hot. And let's see the distance here. We're at 23 nautical miles when I fire off my Phoenix missile. I only have 2 missiles remaining at this point, so I really got to make these count. At 23 nautical and 14,000 feet and 17,000 feet respectively, that is a pretty decent launch here. So that should scare him. Like, he should be scared of a 23 nautical mile Phoenix launch. Now he is going to fire an AIM-9X, which I believe was a mistake. He probably meant to fire AIM-120. And so he fires off 2 AIM-120s here. I go defensive. I fire off a second Phoenix missile, much closer. This one was within 12, I believe. And this is a very dangerous Phoenix missile. Very dangerous. He hits his countermeasures and goes defensive. Let's just see how he okay, that one, the Phoenix missile, the first one, just goes over him. He's continued to be forced defensive by the second missile I fired. I got 2 of his AMRAAMs coming in, and I dodged the first one, and the second one comes really close actually, and it's got decent speed. Mach 1.2 is good. It just seems to not hit me. Honestly, I don't know why. I feel like that should have hit me. I'm not sure what's going on here. It probably just couldn't turn accurately enough to get a fire solution. An intercept point. So I don't know. I think he got unlucky here. That one should have probably hit me. But either way, now he's got a Phoenix problem here. And he's going to manage to beat that Phoenix missile, and he's going to do it by pulling it down, and it looks like it just hit the ocean. So that's strange. Not sure why it would do that. But here we are at 7 nautical miles. Now I'm watching him at this point. Both of those Phoenix missiles, I knew that if he was an experienced pilot, neither one of those were going to hit him. I don't know if he is an experienced pilot, but it seems like, dodging 2 Phoenix missiles inside of 20 nautical miles is pretty decent. He's probably not a noob. And so at 7 nautical miles here, I'm pushing in and I'm seeing countermeasures. And as long as I'm seeing the countermeasures, I'm thinking that he's still defensive. At this point, I'm expecting him to come out because I saw the splash. So I'm expecting him to come off of being defensive and try to press me. Now, the reason I'm pressing him is because I have visual on him. If I didn't have visual, I would never press within 5 nautical miles like this. This is just asking to eat an AIM-9X. Okay, so as I press in here, I see the countermeasure stop, so I can tell that he's probably going to try to turn hot at this point. I've got a Sidewinder solution on him, and I'm just trying to get close enough to make sure that Sidewinder can cause an impact. And as we get close here, I see the aspect change. So with the aspect change, I can see he's trying to turn in. That's when I fire the missile, because I can tell he's not dropping countermeasures and he thinks he's safe and he's turning in, which means as he turns in, it'll make the missile's job easier in hitting him. So at 2 nautical miles, there's that Sidewinder launch, and unfortunately for him, he's going to eat it. Alright, so that's 3 kills for me on that day. Alright guys, so this is the Persian Gulf server. Okay, this one we started up just maybe a couple of days ago. We managed to get it up. I've got a mission up. A lot of you are already flying on my first server, which is the Caucasus server. If you enjoy that server, by all means try this one out. I think it's pretty cool. If you have the Persian Gulf server map, come on down. This is where I'm going to be spending most of my time, I think. I love the idea of flying the F-14 in a theater where it actually belongs. The F-14 is on the Iranian side due to balance reasons. I don't think it's fair to have F-15s and F-18s with the AMRAAM 120Cs and then give them Phoenix missiles as well. I think it's going to create a really bad balancing situation. So we've opted to put the F-14 on the red team, the Iranian team. So that way we've achieved some sort of balance between Phoenix missiles and AMRAAMs. But yeah, come and try it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.